bonjour. Veldig hyggelig å se dere. Yes, so I'm going to explain. Can you raise your... is it okay with the sound? Can you raise your hands if you have done coaching before, if you've been to a coaching session before? Yes, some of you, but some not, right? So maybe it will be relevant to understand what coaching is because it's quite new in the cultural field and it's much more spread in näringsliv or sport. But actually, maybe I will start with because that will be the point of that session together, and then we'll have a workshop after. How it can help you and people you know in the cultural field. And actually, that's where all started. Oh la la. Actually, for me, in 2002, I don't know if you've been to that theater, Théâtre du Rond-Point in Paris. That's where I started to work in 2002. And that's how I discovered coaching. It was a very interesting theater that decided to dedicate the three main stage to a live play writer. It was, every theater was putting a live play writer and classical. And suddenly that space, just close to the Champs-Élysées, decided to create space. And actually it has created a lot of vocation as well. Now, just on a side note, play writer alive suddenly knew that it was a place waiting for the talent. And it has inspired them to write more. And since then, the number of live play writers in France has gone much higher. So anyway, there I was starting to work with the stage director on a big production where that person was both the stage director and the playwright. And then it was some challenge on the stage during the rehearsing part. Obviously, something that the stage director trying to say didn't really land correctly in the actor, at least in the two main characters, played by two very famous actors. And then he sent me backstage to try to see, can you help there? And actually what I've done was to give space and time for the actor to translate the vision of that stage director to his own, body and mind and heart. Just this, actually, facilitating a conversation in the person with himself. And then after another experience, and then actually it worked very well. It just needed that time to translate it in his own words. And another experience, here you see the main stage of the theater, it's 800 people, and actually I'm behind, you can't see me, I'm behind in the backstage. And there as well, I discovered coaching by doing it without knowing it. It was a very interesting, if it inspires someone, in that big theater, once Sunday a month, a very a hype, trendy actor decided to host a gathering where the whole month we were casting, and I was responsible of casting the best talent in music, cinema, theater, circus, film. And then they all get a chance to showcase their work for 5 minutes during that show. And it became the place to go. So actually, one Sunday a month, where you were sitting now, it was the best casting director, the best filmmaker, everyone was. So then you can imagine the pressure for these artists showing just 5 minutes of their work in front of, like Thea was saying, in a context of audition. And then backstage, some were fine and some were freaking out. And then it was just having that conversation with them to understand why suddenly, they choose to be artists, not to work at Posten. Great to work at Posten, but that's why they were there behind that curtain. We don't hear so much now. Yeah? It's good? Yes, cool. And then it was to drive the conversation in another place just before being, on stage. Maybe to connect them to a great moment they had, a great joy they have with their passion. And just facilitating this conversation. And for everyone, it was something different that would help. Right? So I didn't come with, that is a medicine, please take it and enjoy. I was trying to find what was a medicine for you or for you, and that would be different. So that's how actually I discovered coaching. And then after, I took an education for this. So I wanted to share with you because it's a real practice, it's a professional practice, and maybe you've heard about Talent Norges. It's an institution that works with all the Norwegian standards in business, næringsliv, in institution. And they also want really to make sure that when you call coach, you actually follow some good principle. And the reason why I shared these two examples from Paris is, do you know why? Because you see it here is a structured dialogue, right? It's a conversation between two persons where actually the resource, the skills lie in the person here that we're coaching. And the conversation is around what? What do you want to achieve? What do you already have to make it happen? What are maybe the skills, the things that you need to develop? And also to check, okay, that's where I wanted to be. Do I really still want to go there? And what does it mean if I arrive there? So always to check in. Because that's the beauty, and especially in art, things are evolving, right? Your desire, your kunstnerisk stemme, can take some different direction. So that's what coaching is, and that's what we are proposing at Talent Norges. And I guess you've heard before from mentoring, right? Is it mentoring more well-known for you? Can you raise your hand if that's the case? Do you know more mentoring? At least as a concept, yeah. So basically, what does a mentor? Sharing great knowledge, experience, also network. It's a conversation as well, but where the person is, sharing expertise and maybe sparring partner on the fagly level. As a coach, we don't need to be expert in the art because you are, the artists are. And what we do also in a good dynamic with mentoring, we help artists to, when they receive input from the mentor, to actually sort that out and to own their own journey. And I just wanted to share with you here, you see Ingunn Korsgaard Hagen. She's a conductor, and she's part of the program called Dirigent Forum, and she had the joy to have Klaus Makela as a mentor. And where she got, of course, a lot of input. And she's done also coaching. And that's what she's saying about coaching. And it's like, once you receive all this input, what do you do out of it? So to really work on her own journey, find the goal for her, and also to be aware of what she has already as a quality, as a skill that she can give. Like Thea was saying, right? Being more aware of what she can offer to people when she collaborates. And I think there is nothing better than to hear people who use coaching, what they think about. So we actually made a movie. Mohamed Shakiri did a great movie. I don't know if you know his name. He's a great filmmaker. And we have interviewed 3 people that you will hear now who share their journey and what they got out of it. And the first one is Veslemøy Narvesen, who used to be part of the ArtEx program. Then is Emilie Blickfeld, who's still part of the talent program Merfilm. And then is Ahmed Umar, who used to be part as well of the ArtEx. So we're going to listen to them together. It's actually the first time. We wanted to share it the first time with you guys. Alors. Hop.
Jeg vil si at coachingen har hjulpet meg med å ta et steg videre i karrieren og ta meg selv litt mer seriøst. Gjennom den coachingen jeg har fått, så har jeg fått veiledning til å se hvordan jeg kan hente ut det beste fra de mulighetene jeg får som kunstner. Jeg har blitt bedre på å hele tiden være i kontakt med mine kjerneverdier som kunstner, som handler om hva jeg har lyst til å oppnå og hvorfor jeg gjør det jeg gjør.
Gjennom coaching så har verktøykassa blitt veldig stor. En av de viktigste tingene for meg at jeg har blitt rett og slett mer selvsikker i hvordan jeg utøver min kreativitet, men også mitt lederskap. Og ikke minst så også film spesielt et maraton hvor man skal holde ut lenge. Og da det veldig viktig å ta vare på både privatpersonen, kunstneren og lederen i alle de tingene.
I think coaching is very relevant as it is in business and sports, because it our job includes a lot of pressure, both mentally and physically. Learning how to sort out my time, how to respect my body, how to take care of my skill and develop it further is one of the takes that I got from the coaching program.
We try again. So concretely, how can it help with kunstnerisk stemme, which is the topic of the day? I think mainly it's about to listen more carefully at this way, prosit, to that voice. Because the thing is that, have you noticed that we don't have only one voice in our head? Quite many people are talking here, because aren't? Voice of your mom, your dad, your neighbor, whoever. You know, we're growing up like this. Our brain is formed by listening also what people are saying about life, about you, about artists, about relationship between money and artists, for example. Anyway, many conversations in our head. And I would say that coaching helps to listen more carefully to the different voice and to identify maybe the one that can help you stronger, to support the artistic voice, and also to listen better to your own voice. And as an example, we'll work with one of it during the workshop. I would say what is really important is to be aware of the goal that you have. Where does your kunstnerisk stemme want to go? And it's different than in sport, right? In sport, maybe you can say, okay, I need to do that in how many time or to run that long. Here, it's only you. It doesn't exist being the best in the culture and art field, right? It's what's best meant for you and for your voice, for your talent, and that can change. But what is important is to be aware of what is inside you and that voice that tries to be heard by you. So that's what we're doing in coaching, and also to maybe have a different relationship to what we can call the critical voice, and we'll work with that in the workshop, and also to work on feedback, right? How not to be completely shaken when you receive maybe a critic, but also not to be completely shaken neither when you get a praise. You know, lots of people, they get so much praise, but if the comfort and the confidence is not inside, whatever prize they will be always in doubt. And on the other side, being in doubt is quite interesting. You need to keep that, questioning, to want to understand better the mystery inside you, but to do it in a way that you're not completely drained. So we'll work on that during the workshop. And Hannah, tell me that I have 2 minutes left. That's correct? Yes, and I will do that. So I just want to say that thanks to ArtEx and the partner, Foredrag, DNB, we've been able to offer coaching since 2017. And actually started with the ArtEx program first, only for the participants in that program. And then the impact was so huge, so we felt we need to develop that and to offer it most to all the artists in all the different programs. And I just want to finish with showing a screenshot of our website. Why? Because there, if you're an artist, part of a talent program, and you haven't done coaching yet, it's time. Or at least if you're curious, you can read more here, where you will see how to register, but also who are the different coaches. I'm very happy to be the head of coaching here, but we're working with 3 other coaches. Miriam Sandberg, who's here, Evan Lin, who's actually have introduced as well the coaching in the ArtEx program, with some other people part of the ArtEx start, and also Sylvia Moy. So you will find all the practical information on the website. And do you know more now about coaching than just before I started? Yes? Okay, cool. See you soon. I know, yes, there is a 10-minute break, but just wait. I think Celia will come back on stage and share some information. And thank you for your patience and understanding with this practical, technical problem. Tusen tack.
Thank you so much, Kea.